Hello. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Tammy's Hangout. I'm going to try to do better videos. I know I've been saying this for a while, and I'm really going to work at it. If you haven't subscribed and you haven't checked in with me, I'm going to be doing several different kinds of variety shows, like blogging, talking about my life, and that's kind of for my family. And everybody's welcome to listen in, and I'm going to do some cooking and talk about keto because I've been trying to do keto and have failed miserably, and like some feedback on what y'all are doing out there if you're trying to do keto. And of course, we're going to talk about God and grandchildren and decorating. I love to decorate. Right now we're in my bear room. I collect bears, which I've stopped. Don't want any more bears. I've got way too many, and I've gotten rid of several. But I still love them, but I'm really just don't have the room for teddy bears anymore. So anyway, but I do love them. Look, just for an example, look at this. See, can you see it's a little wagon? I'm surrounded by teddy bears in here. Hundreds, maybe thousands. I don't know, a lot. I don't even know how many teddy bears I own. Well, over here is Yogi. He's super old, very cool. What do you think? For some of you who don't know who Yogi is, I watched him growing up. Yogi Bear. Anyway, coming at you right now. It's, what is today? Wednesday. And I'm going to talk about, I'm going to go back to blogging about my life, where it started, and where I left off in Baldwin Park. I don't know if I talked to you about my second grade teacher before I moved to San Dimas in California. I had a second grade teacher, and her name was Miss Adams. I'm sure she's been dead for years now. And she literally hated me. So I kind of, through my education, have pointed the finger back at her as to why I never really tried, because she made me feel so stupid. And I'm just going to give you some examples of what this teacher did to me. She literally should have been fired. And instead of a teacher's pet, I was the teacher's pain, I guess. I didn't do anything. I was only in second grade. My mom later, we talked about it over the years and thought maybe she just, I looked like somebody she hated. So I didn't really let Mom know too much what was going on back in second grade. But this teacher just had it out for me. One thing that she used to do was that we would sit in a circle to read, and supposedly I'm dyslexic. I don't feel that I am, but I was diagnosed with dyslexia, and I had trouble learning how to read. So she would always call on me and say something like, "Tammy, would you read for us?" And then when I tried to read, I was reading like Run, Spot, Run. And I was always so nervous because I knew she would make fun of me, and then or she would do something to embarrass me. And I remember trying to read one day, and she goes, "Never mind. Let's get somebody who knows how to read to read." And, she would just cut me, with her tongue on a regular basis. Back those days, I don't know if schools are still doing this, but we used to pledge allegiance to the flag. And one of my friends had pointed out that, like in the middle of the year, that I never got a chance to hold the flag. And the teacher was going by, excuse me, by alphabetical order. My last name used to be Blackshear. And she said, "You should have been up there at least 2 times by now, Tammy." And she pointed out, I wouldn't have never even noticed, but my friend had to point it out that I had never held the flag. And it bothered me, so I went home and I told my mother. And my mother must have called, and the next day, she said in the morning when it was time to pledge the flag, she said, "Tammy's going to hold the flag this morning. Come on, Tammy." Her mama called me and complained that Tammy's never held the flag. So come on, Tammy, get up here and hold the flag. I mean, she just talked to me like I was dirt. And another time, my sister came to pick me up after class, and she was in first grade, and we were going to walk home together. And so I introduced her. She was standing by the door, and I said, "Miss Adams, this is my sister, Betsy," and Betsy, "This is my teacher, Miss Adams." Miss Adams looks at her, and she goes, "Are you younger than Tammy?" And my sister said, "Yes." And she said, "I bet you're a lot smarter than her." Yeah, this teacher was like the devil, I mean, how do you what do you do though? I was in second grade, you know, I wanted her to like me, and I don't know why she hated me. Another time I had brought a box of stuff to school, which, you know, I guess I shouldn't have. I used to have I was quite a tomboy, and I had a little shoebox full of my favorite things, marbles, jacks, and I did have a little teeny cap gun in there. And I was showing my friends, you know, sharing it with them out there at recess time, and she came up behind me and snatched my box away and was telling me, you know, rubber bands weren't allowed, guns weren't allowed, that she was confiscating my entire box, and she dragged me to the principal's office. And the principal didn't really want to do anything. He just told her to handle it. And I never got my box back, but we used to have one of those boxes that bulletin boards, you know what I'm talking about, with the glass that slides open, you put the bulletin, you know, stuff up and slide it back, and it sticks out about yay far from the wall. And it was like pretty low to the ground, the bottom of it. And she made me sit under there for the rest of the day. Like, and I had to be like curled down like this. I mean, it was horrible. Anyways, I stayed there till school was out. And I'm sure she did a lot more things I can't even think of right now. I remember one time she would get over me and like breathe on my back, on my head, and watch everything I did. It made me nervous, you know, because she was always putting me down. And I made a mistake, and I was erasing it, and I was doing math or something, and I said, oops, I made a boo-boo. Now remember, I'm just a little kid. And she said, oops, I made a boo-boo. Class, did you hear what Tammy said? Oops, I made a boo-boo. She said, the word is mistake. Mistake. The word is mistake. Believe me, I've never forgotten that. Anyways, yeah, I didn't have the best start to education in my life. I've had better teachers since then, but I'll never forget that lady. One thing I do know is that she had to be pretty old. I think she was probably even older than I am right now, in her 60s at least. And I remember her coming in. I do remember this. It stuck in my head for some reason. She said that the president sent her mother a birthday card. And she said, and you'll get one too if you live to be, she told the class, if you live to be 100 years old, the president will send you a birthday card. And I thought, over the years, well, she's got to be long dead, because how old was she to have a mom that was 100 when I was only 7? So she's long gone, because over the years, I tell you what, I wanted to go back and let her know who I was, you know. But of course, you know, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So I have to forgive and move on, but I'll never forget. Anyways, I did have a tough upbringing. It's no wonder that I turned out the way I have. I've just had a lot of things going in my life, and you're going to hear some more of it later. I hope that nobody else had this kind of experience. Teachers like that, they picked the wrong thing to do. They need to go do something else. Don't work with kids if you don't like them. I'm a bus driver, and I love my kids. I love my job. I work with special needs kids, and it's a great job. I don't get paid a whole lot, but I do enjoy doing what I do. Well, I hope this didn't bore you too much. That was a little bit of a blog on some of my life. And we'll get back to you soon, hopefully real soon. And let's see what we could talk about next time. Have a blessed day. I love all of you. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Give me a like, or if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Have a beautiful day. Bye.